Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well. We still beat Tottenham, we are back in the top 4 race. It feels lovely jubbly. I mean, I'm happy. I don't know about you guys, I'm buzzing. This feels great. It feels good to be confident about Chelsea again, you know? It just feels nice not to be nervous, not to be a wreck, not to be depressed, not to be any of those. You watch Chelsea now and you just feel sure that something good is going to come out of this game. You know what I mean? So we look on to Sheffield United this weekend, Sunday. It's going to be a good one. Hopefully 3 points and fingers crossed the others above us drop some points. Anyway, before we get into today's video, I'm going to ask you guys, if you are new, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Now let's get into today's nitty gritty. I come bearing good news, ladies and gentlemen. I come bearing gifts. You know, Christmas has passed, but I'm still giving you gifts because that's what I'm about. So this is the latest in regards to Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. There's been a little shift in some circumstances. Let's check it out. Breaking: Chelsea has just been informed by UEFA that Atletico Madrid will need to find a neutral venue for the last 16 UEFA Champions League tie scheduled for February 23rd if the Spanish government doesn't authorise entry from the UK per COVID-19 regulations. This is huge. Liverpool are facing the same thing with Leipzig, except that decision has already been made because Germany have already barred entry to anyone into the country. So Spain, at the moment, it's an if, it's a maybe, but they're considering. If they do make that decision, Atletico will not be able to host the game, and then there will be 2 avenues that we go down. Option number 1, Atletico find a neutral venue and they accept that as their home fixture, which would mean that we still have a second leg at Stamford Bridge, which, to be fair, is still good. Don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted, it's still good, but option number 2, which they are talking about in regards to Liverpool-Leipzig and could apply to all the other fixtures, would be for everyone, just like last season, to play in a neutral venue, to have 1 game, 1 tie, 1 leg, that's it. No second leg, no away goals, no nothing. 1 game, winner takes all. And to be honest, I would prefer that. By all means, I would prefer that. Hell yes, please. Why? Because if we're going to have a home leg and an away leg against Atletico, you know what they can be like. You know what they can be like. They are the side that can play football in the Jose Mourinho way, except effectively. Do you know what I mean? They can defend. You know, they can make sure nothing gets past. And that's a cause for concern. Because right now, especially our front men, we're not really firing on all cylinders. I mean, we're playing well, we're playing a lot better. And I'm quite confident that once we get to the Atletico game, it's going to be much better than what we're seeing at the moment. Even though now it's looking really good. I do think the progress is going to steadily go up and steadily increase. So by the time we get to the Atletico game later on this month, it's, to be honest, it's only 2.5 weeks away. But once we get to that game, I'm confident that we will be at another level. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. So I don't want to play 2 legs just for the fact that I know they might actually do really well in their home fixture, and we could find it quite difficult, especially the fact that they can actually attack. They're not just all about defending now. They've got a Luis Suarez who's banging in goals for them. They are 10 points clear in La Liga, if I'm not mistaken. Are they still 10 points clear? Let me check. Yeah, they're still 10 points clear. They've won their past 5 matches. I mean, they are flying. They've only conceded 10 goals in 19 games. Oh, they've got a game in hand. They've got a game in hand. They can make it 13 points clear. I mean, honestly, they are flying. They are absolutely flying. So it's not just a case of they can defend. Diego Simeone, you know, park the bus, but not just park a bus. Build a flipping concrete wall. That way, definitely no one's getting through. That is what they're about. But they can attack. They can score goals. They can get through. They have a very so well balanced team at the moment. It's ridiculous. So this is why in the home leg it'll be difficult for us. It would be very hard. But even at Stamford Bridge, if they go into that with the advantage, if Atletico are up by a goal or 2, they can honestly just come to the bridge and just shut shop. We aren't scoring. They are capable of that. And this is why I don't want 2 legs, because I don't want it to get to a point where we are playing the second leg and Atletico are just sitting back and they're going, well, go on then, try me. I mean, I don't want that, because honestly, they are the worst team in the world to play that style against. It's too difficult. So 1 game, where there's none of this park the bus madness. There's none of that because they have to come at us. They have to try and score. Open space up for us to go and score. I mean, to be honest, I would rather have it that way. One game, winner takes all. We could be the shock. We could be the ones to nick the result. We could be the ones to just cause a surprise. And, you know, 85th minute, we get a winner. You never know what can happen in one game. And this is why I would prefer one match. So if it goes to a neutral venue, I'm hoping it's just one game. But if not, it doesn't look like we'll be playing in Madrid at all. So that is still an advantage in itself. So we'll see what happens. Second point is that apparently Jose Mourinho's position is in trouble. And who would have thought that we were the ones to, you know, get Tottenham thinking about this? Well, this is the latest in regards to Jose Mourinho's position at Tottenham. Jose Mourinho's position at Tottenham Hotspur is not in imminent danger, but a defeat to West Bromwich Albion would make that quickly change. That came from the Telegraph, and I have to say, I'm not entirely surprised. But what I do want to point your attention to is this article about Jose Mourinho when he was at Chelsea the first time. Have a look at this, and then we're going to dip into a little bit of analysis. Didier Drogba wanted to kill Tal Ben Haim over a tackle. Michael Essien snapped Andrei Shevchenko, and Jose Mourinho thrived off it. Steve Sidwell lifts the lid on boss's culture at Chelsea and insists Spurs players aren't buying into it. So talking about Steve Sidwell, this is exactly what he said. Take a look at this. In training, people were smashing the hell out of each other. I remember Essien snapping Shevchenko in half. Ben Haim going through Drogba, Drogba getting up and saying, I want to kill him. Mourinho saying, I need him on Saturday, you can kill him next week. That's classic. Classic Jose. Classic Jose. Classic, you know, prime Jose when he was at his peak. Honestly, that is it. And I want to spend a little bit of time just outlining something about Jose because things have changed. Things have really changed. Yesterday's defeat to Chelsea in terms of Tottenham and Jose Mourinho, it outlined one big thing. Jose Mourinho needs to adapt, but he needs to adapt not for the reason that everyone is thinking, just because his tactics are outdated. It's not just that. There's another overlying factor here. I'm not saying Jose Mourinho's way doesn't work. It can work. It can. But what you need is warriors, men that are willing to go through brick walls. At any moment, any given time, they are willing to do what's mad, what's crazy, but also have the technical ability and the physical ability to compete at the highest level. That is what Mourinho needs. And at Chelsea, especially the first time, I mean, he had it. You heard it here. Flipping hell. You know, players breaking each other in training, and then all of a sudden, Drogba going, I want to kill him. Mourinho going, no. I need him on Saturday, but you can break him next week. It's not a problem. I mean, it's unreal. Those are the sort of characteristics you need in a Mourinho team. You need 11 men that are willing to do anything. Anything. Even if it means they have to play the dirtiest game possible, they are willing to do it. And they are willing to die on the pitch. That is the characteristic and mentality that a Jose Mourinho team needs. Now, in 2021, right, in 2021, those type of players at the top level, I don't think exist very much anymore. Before, they did. Before, we had it. 2004-07 Chelsea, I mean, we had it. You know, Petr Cech, I mean, we saw what happened to Cech. He literally did put his life on the line, you know. John Terry, we saw it with him. He put his life on the line. When he got kicked in the head in the final against Arsenal, the Carling Cup final, we remember that. He got sent to hospital. Straight after, he discharged himself, went back to the dressing room and started celebrating with the lads. I mean, John Terry. Lampard, he was always willing to do anything by action, and he's proven that. Didier, we know how much fire he has in his game. He's an absolute monster. But not just that, Makalele, Essien, even Ashley Cole, who is the pretty boy and whatnot. But when it comes to on the pitch, my God, the one player that Cristiano Ronaldo himself said, I always have a tough time against, Ashley Cole. You know, we had beasts in that team. We had absolute men, proper men, you know. I mean, I don't want to come on here and sound too macho about it, but flipping out, that team was indestructible. That is what a Jose Mourinho team needs. He had that at Inter Milan as well. He had that at Porto. That's why he took him from underdogs to all of a sudden winning the Champions League a year after winning the UEFA Cup. That is what a Mourinho team needs. At Man United, he didn't have that. At Man United, you could say there was a select few that were maybe of that stature, but not the entire team. He needs the entire team. At Tottenham, he doesn't have that either. He doesn't have it. He needs those players that are willing to not just play for the manager, but to push themselves the extra mile every single time. That doesn't happen now. Now you get players that are more focused on social media and haircuts instead of actually trying to just put all that aside and give everything. Plus, on top of that, they need the ability. Now, I think the mentality he's looking for, he would find at Burnley, for example. Let's talk about Burnley, yeah? Sean Dyche's men, Brexit football, yeah, you know? They have the mentality. They are willing to play the dirty side of the game. They are all happy to do it, but they don't have the ability to compete at the highest level. They just don't. They're not going to compete for the Premier League title. They're not going to compete for top 4. That's just, they don't have the ability. Mourinho needs both. He needs players that are willing to die on the pitch, and he needs those players to have the ability that can compete for the title. Right now at Tottenham, he has good players, very good players, but they're not killers. He needs killers. That's what he needs. That's why I'm saying Mourinho needs to adapt, because in 2021, I'm sorry, but that time of having 11 killers in your starting lineup, that's gone. That's gone. At the highest level, that's gone. You're not going to get it. You're going to get players that are soft. You're going to get players that are not willing to play the dirty side of the game, but they have advantages to their game that you can use to your benefit. So this is where I'm saying having to just play in such a defensive manner, and a manner where everyone sits back and is trying to be ultra physical and that side, it's not going to work with players that are just not willing to push themselves to that level. It's just not going to work. You need to have everyone on side to play that style of football. And in 2021, where I think overall players have become softer, I don't think you're going to succeed playing that way. So this is where, as a manager, you need to look at it and you need to adapt. And especially in an age now where attacking football is evolving. It's not like it was before when it first got introduced after everyone found a way with a counter-attacking defensive mindset. Attacking football now is developing even further. Now, it's not enough to just be an attacking side, as proven by quite a few teams. And you see our struggles under a Maurizio Sarri, for example, even though we won the Europa League. But you know what I mean? You know, it's not just all about, oh, we have to play attacking, but there's a science behind it now. There's multiple ways that you can try and take advantage by still playing an attacking way of football and exploiting the teams that are going to sit back and just do nothing. You know, it's developing. Football is developing. And I think Mourinho is still hoping that his old way still works and that the message gets through to these players that are hopefully going to give everything and play the dirty side of the game. Whereas now, I just don't think that's the case, and I think he needs to wake up. He needs to wake up and realise, look, that way is gone. It worked in 2010. It's not going to work now. It's simply turning into being outdated. And Mourinho needs to wake up. Simple as that. Now, is he going to? I'm reluctant. I don't think he is. I think he's set in his ways now. I really, you know, and this is where it's sad, because he really is becoming the embodiment of, you know, you either die a hero or you live long enough to become a villain. I mean, that is literally what's happening to him now. Everyone is starting to see his decline. He's not doing anything to fix it. I think that Tottenham team has loads of talent. I think Mourinho needs to be a bit braver now. I think he needs to go, you know what, we need to take some risks. We can't just sit back and defend. We need to try and create a good balance of attacking and defending. But ultimately, I need players to express themselves, not just express themselves, but have that freedom and element to go and attack and push and take the risks to try and score. They have to, because the way that Tottenham played yesterday was absolutely abysmal. And to show that they can't do it is false, because you saw the last 10 minutes of that game. Tottenham were taking it to us. Why didn't they do that for 90 minutes? It's as simple as that. They have the personnel to play a brand of football that is threatening and can leave teams on the back foot. They can, much like we did for the majority of the game. It can be done, but Mourinho just has this way of just wanting to sit back and contain and hopefully try and tire out the opposition and nick a 1-0. It doesn't work anymore. It does not work anymore, and it can cost him his job. And to be honest, if he gets sacked by Tottenham, whew, that could be, well, where's next? Arsenal? I mean, flipping hell. It really wouldn't sit well. It wouldn't sit well. But there we are. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. What do you think about the Champions League, Atletico, and possibly not being played in Madrid? Let me know. What do you think of Mourinho and his outdated ways, Steve Sidwell, and what he said about Chelsea back in Mourinho's first time at the club? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you are new, and I will catch you guys tomorrow for the preview to Sheffield United versus Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea, another 3 points. Let's get ourselves into the top 4. Come on. I'll see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. Take care and peace.